Hello, I'm Tom Scott, and I've got a story for you. The whole world turns upside down in 10 years, but you turn upside down right along with it. That was Spider Robinson in 1977. And I don't know exactly when the story I'm going to tell you will take place, but I do know when it starts. It starts at 4:22 p.m. when LB844, a YouTube user from Japan, uploads this clip.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
He's gone on chat roulette, he's recorded her singing without her knowledge, he's uploaded it to YouTube. He's got 7,000 subscribers, one of them is a member of 4chan, the anonymous message board. Posts it there, where it's quite popular. And as 4chan users tend to do, they then take that clip and spread it over every message board they can find. 10 minutes later, that woman singing has had 5,000 views. Her name is Jacqueline May, by the way. She's 22, she lives in London, and she has a Twitter account. Half an hour ago, she posted this. It's actually going to be the last thing she ever posts to Twitter. It's actually going to be the last thing she's ever going to type, but we'll get to that in a moment. Let's go to Dubai. Richard Taylor is there. Richard is an ex of Jacqueline's. They got together, about a year ago. Didn't end well. He's currently very drunk in a hotel room in Dubai, and when he gets this video sent to him, he thinks it would be hilarious to post her address in the comments. 4chan goes crazy. The address is quickly verified, and a few minutes later, a couple of local users decided it'd be a great idea to turn up outside her door and ask her to sing. Now, it's not the most compelling web stream in the world because she's not answering, but nevertheless, it starts to pick up a few viewers, and that link is posted endlessly in the comments on YouTube and on Twitter. Someone, somewhere, mentions the word Flashmob. Now, we're now 23 minutes in, 50,000 views, and rapidly rising, and people are now sending it to people who've already seen it, just for the laugh. A few more people are turning up here. Jacqueline has no idea about this. She has no idea this is going on. She's in the back, working on pottery, earphones in, listening to Rage Against the Machine very loud. She doesn't know what's going on, and at the minute, she doesn't care. But the thing is, it's 5 p.m, and millions of bored, switched-on office workers in the Docklands are currently leaving work. Every so often, watch the feed, someone is going to leave Limehouse Station from the back route, clutching a cell phone, tweeting that they're going to this flash mob, and following the directions that the map is giving them. Now, Transport for London, they're not going to notice that tiny little signal in that great bit of noise. Most of the people turning up at her street come straight from work, most of them white, middle class and male because it's the internet. 5:22 p.m, 999.
There's a big group of people in the street outside, like dozens of them, standing around shouting. I don't know what they're doing, I think you should send someone.
And they do eventually, and one policeman comes out, and he finds there's now 100 people in the street, 150,000 views, and we're only 1 hour in. Someone uploads a remix.
Never gonna say goodbye, never gonna...
It's musically terrible, but that doesn't matter. It just feeds into the pattern. Stephen Fry wades in on Twitter and decides that the whole thing sounds amazing, and that's when it gets everywhere. That's when it gets to every corner of the British internet, and anyone who's anyone says they're going to this flash mob. DLR trains arrive every 5 minutes at Limehouse. Buses every 2 minutes. There's people getting off, every single one of them clutching cell phones. 3G in the area breaks down entirely, so no one has any idea what's going on anymore. And then a police radio call.
Must be IC1, mate. I reckon we might need the riot squad or something. Looks like they're out of it. No, there's no violence. They're dancing. No, it wasn't sarcasm. They're dancing.
And they are, because someone's playing the remix to them. 6:21 p.m. Jacqueline finishes her pot, washes her hands, takes off her earphones, and looks out the window, and there's a crowd. There's an enormous crowd in the street, and they've spotted them. They're surging forward, and they're chanting for her to sing. And that's where it all goes to hell. Because no one knows how the riot started. Maybe some local kids turned up and wanted to cause trouble. Maybe someone shoved someone else. Maybe someone just got a bit drunk. But whatever happened, that crowd never got to hear her sing because suddenly it's a fight. It's a riot. And there are thousands of people who don't want to be there, don't know the area, and rely on their cell phones for navigation, cell phones that aren't connecting anymore. Suddenly it's running and trampling and no one's taking any pictures anymore. They're too busy trying to not die. And when the lights come back on, eventually, there's 23 dead. Including Jacqueline, her door was forced, no one's quite sure why. And 160 arrests, although the police couldn't possibly deal with it all. And then 2 days later, the newspapers are over it, and everyone knows the internet always worked this fast. Because here's the thing, everything in that story has already happened, just not to the same person at the same time in the same place. 2, 3 years ago, that would have been implausible. 10 years ago, it would have been impossible, maybe even unthinkable. But now, if that turned up in the newspapers tomorrow, would anyone in this room really be surprised? The whole world turns upside down in 10 years, but you turn upside down right along with it. I'm Tom Scott. Thank you very much. Good night.